Hi guys, look, I just wanted to give you a little bit of feedback on this cheese question from the exam on Monday. And I've spoken to 2 or 3 people, and they've said they weren't terribly clear about that answer to that question. So it's just worth noting a couple of things from this diagram. And the first of them is the important assumptions that are made here. And let's have a look at those assumptions. The first assumption, of course, is that this is a 2-country model, so 2 countries only. Okay, 2 countries only, and that the second assumption is the world price will be established, will be where the surplus from one country is equal to the shortage from another. Okay, so you can see that here. You can see that in this country the quantity supplied is greater than the quantity demanded. That's New Zealand. So there's a surplus in New Zealand. And in the Australian market, where local prices for cheese are very high relative to New Zealand, you can see that at the world price there is a shortage where the quantity demanded is greater than the quantity supplied. So that's where those 2 quantities are equal, is where the world price will be established. Now you're asked to consider what will happen when there's a shift in demand. Well, let's just show a shift in demand. So let's move demand out there. Could be for any reason, who knows? I mean, you guys by now should know the variety of reasons why demand will change. But in this case, what we know is that at the current world price, the shortage in Australia is going to get worse, because now the gap is widened to there. You'll see that. So that's pretty important. That's the driver behind the increasing prices. What happens in this case, and it's just like any normal situation where there's an excess of demand over supply, consumers will begin to bid up prices. Okay, consumers will bid up prices. If you want cheese badly enough, you'll be willing to pay for it, and so people will be willing to pay higher prices for cheese. So what happens when they bid up prices? Well, obviously the price starts to rise, and look, that process, literally, to cut a long story short, that process will keep happening until the 2 markets are in balance again. That is, that I'll try and draw a straight line here, but I might struggle. The surplus and the shortage from both markets are roughly the same again. So I don't know how close I've got that, but let's just imagine that now that there is equal to that there. Okay? And that's what drives world price. So that increase in demand in Australia will force the world price higher as a result of the incentives from consumers in Australia and producers in New Zealand. I hope that was helpful. Cheers, bye.